I'm gonna start planting out here on April 6th, which is in the next couple weeks. The first thing I'm gonna be planting are things like my collards. I got some kale that I'm gonna be planting, some peas, some onions. I'm gonna be planting it right up in here in this quadrant. I'm working on this quadrant first, which is the southwest quadrant. I'm finna till out this whole farm or the quadrant that I'm finna work on. After I till it out, I'm finna take my rake, I'm finna smooth out the beds, then I'm finna take my shovel and I'm finna build the beds. And after I built the beds, and I'm gonna take my compost, which is a big pile over there, I'm gonna put it on the beds that I'm gonna be using, and then I'm gonna make my rows and plant my seeds.
We're at Blackhawk Court's Buddy House, and behind me you'll see what originally was 4 raised beds. And in those raised beds is really where we launched the Blackhawk Court's Farm and Garden. Folks from the community had an opportunity to be able to come over and grow fresh fruits and vegetables utilizing those beds, and the interest from that very beginning led us to expand to a bigger location, which is on the opposite side of Blackhawk Court.
I got involved with this farm because I started off as a volunteer worker. I was living right here at 1419 Meadow Court, right across the way from the Buddy House. I started off as a volunteer worker, helping kids with their homework, helping them with planting in these raised beds that was newly built at the time. And they liked the way that I was able to work good, and the kids liked me, and I had a good work ethic, and they offered me a job, and I accepted it. I started off as a farmer apprentice. Now this is my 3rd year as an urban farm manager running a farm, and it impacted my life greatly because it changed my whole view of healthy eating and living, and being a role model for the youth and being a role model for the seniors that's out here, and try to build a better connection within the Blackhawk neighborhood.
People from this immediate neighborhood are growing the food to feed their neighbors. And there are opportunities for people to be able to access food in a place that maybe there wouldn't be fresh vegetables otherwise. And there are opportunities for kids and families to gather to engage with the farm.
It brings the community together, and also teaching the community how to eat healthy food. You know, it's a food desert out here, and it's a store desert out here for the community. They have to walk so far. But for us to do this and to show them that the healthy food is right in their backyard is amazing. And also to come together as a community. You know, we have parents that's not talking to parents, but once they come out here in this garden and they work their hands, you find yourself talking to each other. And that's what we need out here. We need positive attitude. We need positive activities out here for this community. And that's what this garden is doing.
What I love about my job is it gives me a lot of patience and tolerance, you know, and it relaxes me because I'm learning something different every day, especially from the young generation, because they show me that they're interested in growing vegetables.
I think the youth program was really fun, and it teaches us a lot about gardening. I learned what type of dirts there were, what do weeds look like, and what to watch out for so they won't hurt your garden. I think the favorite stuff that I grew here would be the squash, because I was really proud of myself and how it grew and how big it was.
They're very creative. The kids that Miss Janice teach how to come out here and plant. All I do is make the beds for them, and when they get ready to come out here to plant, they know what to do. You know, they have all their tools and stuff, the shovels, the rake, the wheelbarrow.
Right here is our newly built wash station that we use to wash and process and handle all of our vegetables. And it cuts down on the harvesting process a lot.
To the left here is our hoop house. We grow probably 60 to 70% of the produce that we grow here on the farm in our hoop house. We just constructed these 2 hoop houses in 2017. So one of the nice things about having a hoop house such as these 2 is that it allows us an opportunity to be able to extend our season.
So one of our biggest challenges this year is around funding. The Rockford Housing Authority has been so generous across the past years in terms of creating the infrastructure that you see here for the farm and also providing operating support. The HUD has put some restrictions on their funding and they're not able to fund operating support for this year. So we're looking to raise nearly $100,000 to be able to keep the program going.
My hopes and plans is to sell as much CSA as possible because it will help us to keep our program running and to expand and to bring more job readiness or bring more job opportunities to the Blackhawk neighborhood. If you sign up for a summer CSA, you will get a box about this big, about yay deep, every week for 10 weeks of freshly picked vegetables fresh out the farm. This is our main farm, and inside the fence is mainly for the CSA members, and everything that I grow inside the farm for the CSA, I grow right here. Here is free to the public, for the residents of the Blackhawk residents and for the surrounding neighborhood to come out here and to grow here and to pick here. And this is not necessarily for the CSA members. This is just for the public, and it goes all the way down. It's the length of the whole farm.
We have a program that's called the Youth Leader Program, and that's for the teenagers out here. The teenagers, they work during the summer. This summer, we don't know what's going to happen this summer with the teenagers, but the teenagers have a chance to make their own money. They make their money and they learn about the ground. They learn about how to plant, and it's job readiness.
Kids love it. I get kids coming out here every year, especially around the summertime when they out of school.
Like, it's really fun, and you get to hang out with your friends and learn more stuff about gardening.
Thank you.